Good morning, everybody. It is me, Sandra McEwen, here for another live stream on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Not December, January 4th. So we're in 2023. It feels like it's already been a long year. So, yeah, let's get started. Good morning, Peg from Chesapeake. Peg from Chesapeake. Let's see if I have that right. How's my sound? I had a whole bunch of complaints on YouTube that my sound was too low, so I upped the audio gain. So maybe it's a little bit good. Good. You know how people sorry, I'm going to call out every single person on YouTube. If there's any problem with my sound, it is literally the first 5 comments on there. Sound is terrible. And I'm like, I'm working on it, So, yes. I did not get as far as I was hoping. I had a little. I've started a side project of 20 more sample strips because I've got all these colors that I realize I have no idea even what they look like. So, and because that one orange from the last time was so good. Good morning, Camille. Good morning. Because that last orange was so intriguing, I actually have a few unknown oranges that I need to grind, and I'm going to make sample strips from them. So I've got, and I'm also redoing all of my opalescent samples, but that is going to be I'm doing a Vimeo tutorial for that. But this is just kind of getting started because nobody needs to watch me. I probably have at least 15 opalescent colors. So I'm trying to get at least 5 to 8 to 10 of them already done, just because we are going to do some sample strips with that, but no, it's not that exciting. So that being said, I don't know if you saw on the social medias, I have finished. Here, let's go over here. I finished these wires and they are ready to go. The only thing that's holding up this project right now is because, remember this orange, I definitely want to I was going to do silver leaf under here because usually that's fine. But because this one is so wildly reactive, I actually want to do gold leaf, and I want to do textured gold leaf just right in here, and I was out of it. I order it from a Science Metals supply place because I get it extra thick so I can emboss a texture, and it will be delivered tomorrow. So I can't get too far along with this because I do need that gold leaf just for that area. But we might get started on the enameling a little bit today. So that is that. Really, honestly, I hate to tell you, we're gonna have to do I do want to finish these wires. You can see yesterday I got to get the wires for these 3 pieces. I've started, the little dots are done, but I've got to get our friend the butterfly and the grasshopper, some swirls, and this. So we're going to start with wires. It is what it is. It needs to get done. And then if we finish these wires and there's time, we're going to get started with the counter enameling. There's so much to do. So, busy day. And do I remember how thick the gold is? Yes. When it comes in, I'll show you the packaging. I get it from a company called Pure Chem. I got to look it up. It's 56 gauge. You have to look that up on Google, what the actual millimeter is. It's very, very thin, but it's very thick. It's thick. It is very, very expensive. Not gonna lie, but I love it. And I wasn't gonna get some, but then I'm like, well, we're in a new year. I didn't want to get it before the end of the year because I've, spent a lot of money. I guess I should have done it at the end of the year, but I just love it. So we're going to use that, and I will share that info when I get the packaging. I'll save the packaging so you can, if you want to buy it, you can. If you email me, I'll send you a link to the thing. They're very fast. I mean, I ordered it on Monday and it's coming on Thursday. So I've ordered a 2-inch by 4-inch piece, $300. So not inexpensive. There we go. So yeah, and I'm keeping track of the gold in this bracelet because I'd like to sell this bracelet. Actually, I might want to keep the bracelet, but if I sell it, I need to know exactly how much gold is in there because that needs to be reflected in the price. So that is that. All right, so I feel like I've done a lot of running around already this morning, and it is still the morning. So I'm just going to take a moment and put these colors away as much as I like. I enjoy looking at them. There is that. When did we talk? What did we do last? I don't even remember. Goodness gracious. There we go. So as much I do love looking at these colors, we're going to set those over there. These wires are done. This is a lot. I can feel how heavy this is. This is a significant weight of silver and gold swirls, but done. So we're going to set those over there. We don't need them, and we don't need to. Look how nice this looks. Ready for enameling. We'll set you over here. That's good. And we've done, this one is totally done. Our little friend, the mouse, he's very sweet. So he can go over with the rest of the wires over there. And we just have these three little guys. And we'll probably start with this guy, butterfly. We're going to start with the butterfly. So let me just take a moment and do that. We've got this, and I'm going to adjust the camera in a moment. We're going to set these over here so they don't get fussed. And I must have, oh yeah, that's over there too. So we're done with the gold. I've got my scraps so I can put that away. I'm just trying to get organized. I like to try to get into my studio before 8 a.m. but today I was running a little bit late. So if I feel like I'm rushed and not feeling like I'm ready to like jump in, it's because I walked in the door about 9:30. So and I had to figure out how to adjust my volume. So I didn't get to do my morning meditation. I'm a mess. I'm a mess. So there we go. So we don't need you. You are done. And you can go over there. So I'm just slowly going to get into it. Let me get a little bit of this. Let me grab this will be, dump all this out. We can put, there's that for some scrap. I've got all of my tools that I need over here. Put this scrap over here. And this. Good morning, Silver Sevens. I hope you are doing well this morning. There we go. Put some of this. All right, now. I'm feeling more centered, or at least a little bit more. Now that to be honest, cleaning up my work area, I try to do it before I leave in the evenings, and it's the first thing I do in the morning is I put anything that needs to get put away, it gets put away. And so it kind of primes my brain to start work by, getting organized. So that is part of my process. So remember, we got our bases done. Let's just refresh our memory. Our bases are ready to go. Remember, we soldered our little guy on. And luckily I've got most of the backs. I'm just putting these little signatures on. These are going to have a little bit more curlicues on the back, but we'll do those last. So, et voila. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. Let's see. Oh, and I need to get definitely need my microscopes. So let's take a moment and figure it out. Oh, got to turn my light on. There we go. This is good. Let's just see if we can zoom. right on in. I think that's good. Isn't that good? Works for me, works for me. Maybe even a little zoomier. How's that? So, it's actually, this one's not going to be too hard because I've made a lot of, it's actually fairly straightforward. Most of the details in this guy is in the coloring. So the wires are actually pretty straightforward. And the other thing that I need is I have a black and white drawing of the wires that I was quite literally using yesterday. And I've got a pile here. Let me see if I can find them because I don't want to work on this colored pencil thing. So we've got water. Probably could put that. Oh wait, is that it? There we go, that'll do. Put all these away. Well, silver sevens, another 8 inches of snow in oh my gosh. I'm not gonna tell you, not gonna lie, it's 72 degrees here right now. So that I remember why I moved here from Ohio, because this is winter, 72 degrees. So coffee and shoveling. Although, you know, I miss snow blowing as a kid. That was my job. My job was mowing the lawn in the summer and snow blowing. Well, it was shoveling, but we got a snow blower in like in the 80s. I loved snow blowing. Gosh, that was the best. So I actually miss that a little bit. But I don't miss the frozen cold, how quiet the winters were. So we had a little bit of cold over Christmas, and that was just enough for me. So, all right, you're going to go over there. Now let's get our wires, which I have put. What is this? This is 26 regular. We're good. Yeah, so it's just going to be a quiet day. The excitement's probably going to be on Friday when we start this guy. Because this is always kind of exciting how that comes together, because we work kind of vertically on it. And, you know, is it going to tip over in the kiln? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So let me just make a little pile of these guys, shorten them up a little bit. And these wires started their life as 26 gauge round wire. 26 gauge is 0.405 millimeters. So we've got that. Let's just see. Here we are. I'm going to actually do this. And we're going to start, let me get right here. So we'll start in the middle with this guy. So I'm going to start by bending over just a little bit and folding. There we go. And I'm going to open up just a little bit, maybe even a little more. There we go. Actually, probably something a little round would be good. That's good. I'm just going to trim that. Always start with the easy thing. There we go. And just remember, you can always, redo a wires. I always, generally at the very end of the day, I go and redo the first wire that I made because it, generally needs a little bit more. So we'll start right there. and stick you. I can see. We'll leave. We might trim this when we put it in, but that is good. What is all of that? Out of the way. Now let's get a little bit of that. Is this enough? And some eyeballs. I'm gonna use my real tiny, these are my tiniest round nose pliers because those eyeballs are pretty small. And you know, I hate that I have marker on my finger. I'm gonna clean off my finger because I have to stare at my finger underneath the microphone, the microscope. So let me just get some isopropyl alcohol and clean the marker off my finger. I was fooling around. There we go. Oh, is it gonna go off? Oh yeah. There we go. Ooh. There you go, found that paper cut. Nice, that is better. Let's do those eyeballs. That's good. These are tiny, tiny little nibbles. There we go. There's one eyeball. Very tiny. We'll just set you over there. One more. And don't forget, everybody, if you have not subscribed, it's free if you have Amazon Prime. You do need to resubscribe every month. It doesn't automatically roll over. So, but remember, when I get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing an earring giveaway. So, and you have to be subscribed at the time that I reach 100. And also, last little thing, if you don't want to subscribe, that is perfectly fine. Also, if you subscribe, you don't have to watch commercials, but not necessary. If you want to support me in any other way, you can go to here, Vimeo, down below, and subscribe to my tutorial videos. We are going to be doing some really great projects this year. So that is the commercial break for everybody, at least the Sandra commercial break. I have to keep remembering to do that. It's like you run the risk. You don't want to sound like a broken record. There we go, little eyeballs. So cute. That one's rounder, but that's all right. We can, they're so tiny, no one's going to even know. There we go. Now we're going to do this little guy. This one's interesting, but that's fine. We're going to do we want, yeah, we'll do kind of a round. All right, I don't really need, oops. Don't really need these anymore, so those can go back on the stand. And there we go. That is good. So I'm going to use my round nose things. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, I feel kind of bad. Like, yeah, we're here doing wires, and I might have promised that we were going to get started on that. I really was hoping that foil was going to arrive yesterday. I don't even know why. It didn't even make sense that it was going to arrive yesterday, or first thing this morning. No, it's going to come tomorrow. That looks good. Just like that. And then with this one on the other side, because you don't really want to do a straight line, so I'm going to make a Y. See how this is a nice little Y? We're going to do that by folding our wire over and doing one of these. Actually, I'm going to go this way. You know, the reason I'm having trouble is because I didn't fold these corners over, and I'm struggling to maneuver this piece of paper. It's the little things. There we go. Really? There we go. That's good. There we go. Got that. So that's not going to tip over, which will be nice. That's good. Next up are these kind of, I know they don't match on the side, but I'm going to try to make them match a little bit more than what you see in the drawing. I did a kind of half-assed drawing there, but that's okay. And right there. Get something round. It's probably a little too round. There we go. Pinch it a little bit. Bend that just a little bit. That's good. Now I'm going to make one that looks very similar, hopefully, for the other side. Good. Trim that. Just like that. Just finger right there. Honestly, trim it a little shorter. Pivot this. just a little bit. That should be good for the other side. Let's get this little guy. Actually, definitely I'm going to trim it a lot more. All right, honestly, well, that wasn't too much. Nice job. Oh, I see what's going on. That needed to really be up. And that's there. Get these circles. Go back there, bunny. There we go. Probably deal with it later. Maybe fix that later. So, next. Will be just, this is just having a day. Get that out of the way. That's better. Now I can kind of maneuver. Now I just need a few little things, some curly cues, and we'll be done with this one. So nice and easy ones. Let's start. This. Just like that. In fact, I'm going to do this on here. I don't think that's terrible. That's good. Let's just, I'm going to eyeball these. And then one is just going to get folded over, folded over. Boom, just. Hate that. Get you out of the way. That's pretty much going to be real short. There we go. That is good. And then on the bottom, we just have a couple. Oh, that's fine. We have more than one. Let's look at the drawing. What did we decide? Yeah, we said two. I think one is enough. I think that should be just fine. We don't want to crowd it. We've got a lot going on here. Oh, thank you, Vilna. Vilna, good morning to you. Yeah, I'm excited about these. I'm just, I was hoping to get these wires done yesterday, but I didn't quite get there. So, no, it was my own fault because I can see them. They're like a siren color over on the table. I've got 20 colors ready to make sample strips. And all I was going to do was yesterday, I'm like, I'm just going to take like 10 minutes and gather the colors, like choose the colors that I want to do, because I'm doing 10 opalescent colors and I have some orange. I've got some enamels that I've quite literally, they are, I don't know what they are, and it's just assumed they were crappy oranges, but now that I know that other orange, maybe they're really interesting oranges. So, you know, I was going to spend maybe 10 minutes. I was just going to do it as my little break thing. 2 hours later, I was just like, it, you know, it was too much. And so I ran out of time and didn't finish these wires yesterday. So, well, hey, Drew, Happy New Year to you. Yeah, so wires today. And I shouldn't feel guilty. I have this weird, you know, like, oh, it's going to be so boring to watch me do wires, but it's part of the process. So I don't find wires boring. I really enjoy them. So, but I can't even see. I mean, I actually, I can see how many people are watching. So I'm just assuming that nobody is watching. That's actually probably when that one time that I did the thing and I thought nobody was watching, I actually relaxed a lot more. So not knowing how many people are watching, I can see people commenting. So, but yeah, definitely wake up in the middle of the night with that, you know, what am I even doing? Nobody's, you know. Oh, this is good. This is good. That one, was it here? Perfect. This one is good. Maybe just a little off this one. That's good. Now we need something over here. I don't even think I drew it out, did I? Yeah, no, I didn't really. I put like a whatever. So we're going to wing it. Wing it. Let me turn it. This will be good. That will be good. Maybe a little less. Yeah, that's good. And, you know, I feel like no, I guess it's all right. It'll be fine. And then honestly, just probably one little U will be good for that. That'll be good. Scoot you up just a little bit. There we go. I don't like it. I know, it's the dumbest thing. There we go. Let's just... Oh, color. Yeah, I thought about doing color strips today. We were within a hair's breadth of color strips. And if that foil does not arrive on Thursday, you know what we're doing on Friday? Color strips. So there we go. I'm more worried about what the YouTube... I feel like the YouTubers are always a lot more critical. Everyone's so friendly here. You know, Twitch, so friendly. No one has been really mean to me on YouTube. I just take everything very personally. Like, oh no, you don't love me, blah. It's terrible. So I watched some video about, You just have to assume that 10% of the people in the entire world hate your guts, and actually that kind of is liberating. So, because then you're like, okay, well, that makes sense. So, all right, so the butterfly is done. We do need to do these are kind of a pain in the butt. I'm going to do the curlicues. You know what we're going to do? Because they all need curlicues and they all need all three of them. I'm going to go ahead and do our friend, the body of the grasshopper, because then it's just curlicues and flower petals to the end. And I can just make a big pile of those. Oh, I just heard it's starting to rain today. Which is good. We need the rain. So, but we have a metal roof. We have like a flat roof, so I can definitely hear it. So, yeah, so we're going to do our friend here. So let me grab him back. And I'm going to, we don't need the earrings. The earrings just need some curlicues. And got our little, this. Fold you over. There we go. And we're going to move you up. We're going to bring you back later. You hang out over there. Now, let's get here you are. I've got the little drawing, which I did in Illustrator. So, somebody was asking about Blender because I was talking about, I have it right here. Remember this whole thing. That was cast, and I did the 3D model in Blender. So if I get any better, if I get any better, I am so bad at Blender, but I'm working on getting better at 3D modeling in general. So at some point this year, I probably will do, because what is Twitch but ready to stream whatever you're doing on your computer. I could do a live demo about 3D modeling, but I got to get better at it. You don't want to watch me do 3D modeling right now, but I'm working on it. It's one of my New Year's resolutions. So we've got our little guy, and I think we're going to start with him. We're going to start in the head and chest area. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. I'm definitely going to need to make more wire. I'm almost out. So that is something that's going to happen. Yes. Oh, hold on. I have to scroll up. I might have missed. Oh, yeah. No, we're good. Yeah, just assume. And to be honest, that's 10%. I bet 10% of people don't actually hate you. Maybe they don't care one way or the other about you, but to have somebody loathe you with the, have such an intensity of emotion for you. Because there's somebody that always, I definitely have some, not haters. I have some people that you always do thumbs down on my social media, and I'm like, and it feels like it's the same person. I know it's probably not, but I'm always just like, just unfollow. All right, so I feel like I've way overshared today. I'm just feeling a little sensitive. But that's fine. All right, so let me just decide what we've got. Can I do this in one fell swoop? Let's find out. I normally tell everyone not to bother to do a really complicated thing, but you get but you get to try it. I'm not going to try to fuss with it for 20 minutes, but if I can get it in the first go around, maybe I can do this in one thing. So let's find out. See if we're in. I know my fingers are in the way, but I got to hold things down. So open that. And curl you. You know what? I'm going to do you. I'm going to Good. Trim. Right there. Tuck you in. There we go. Maybe even a little bit more. It's a little short, but we'll see. That might be all right. And around. There we go. And the time I've spent trying to make this elaborate shape, I probably could have just done it out of 2 wires. Looks like a paper clip. Trim. Just like that. Tuck you down just a little bit. And give you a little hook, a little curve. That'll do. There we go. One piece. Now you get to go right there. Now we're going to do your little head, I think, next. Oh, hold on, I scrolled down. Oh. Oh, yes, yes. Troll. And I don't know, honestly, I'm actually really surprised that I don't get more hate than I do, quite literally, because, you know, I mean, I'm under the radar, so I'm not doing anything at all controversial or whatever, and so honestly, I'm just invisible. Remember, my husband, he's in IT. I mean, he makes video games, so it's not really, I guess that's technically IT, but his whole thing is security through obscurity. So that's the best security, is being invisible to everybody. So not quite what I'm going for here on Twitch, but you'll notice you can't find my husband anywhere online. Although I'm the weak link in this relationship, I'm like, ooh, click on all the links. Security through obscurity. So now this head is an interesting kind of almond shape. So almond shape. So we're going to trying to decide. Yeah. All right. We're good. I got it. It's actually it's not one solid shape. And it's funny because I've already made these designs for that big necklace, but I don't remember how I did it. And because I haven't seen the actual necklace in months, because who knows where it is. I hope it's doing okay. And I took the crappiest photos. I can't wait to get it back just to get some decent photos of it. But I don't remember. Like, did I make any changes? Maybe. Who knows? So, but these aren't supposed to be the same anyway. These are new. These are inspired from that necklace. Ugh, don't. Oh, that's good. Do that, and then we've got your little antennae. I feel like I want to give you a little smile, a little sassy grin. Oh yeah, we got to do a dot in your eye. That'll make you give it a little. Now, for his antenna, I'm going to use a thinner. I've got some, that's 28 for the backs. I've got some wires specifically that I made for using, this is the same height, but I started with 28 gauge, which is a lot less, it's a lot shorter or thicker. So it is a really thin wire, which I think is going to be better. I'm just going to get a little bit, because I'm saving the rest of this to make the little, the detailing in the little flowers. So there is that. Did anyone order that orange from emailhealer.com? Because I did. I ordered 8 ounces more of that orange. So they didn't have any more lump. The lump was gone. So I ordered just the ground. So hopefully it won't be, it'll hopefully be good. And all right, so we're making a little, I know you can't really even see what's going on in this design. It's pretty light, but we're going to do a little bit of, there we go. I'm going to use our real tiny, there's, oh. In fact, I want to use my real fine, extra thin. And I kind of want to pinch it a little bit so it kind of looks nubular. Just, that's good. I'm going to bend, bend. I don't actually hate. That's good. Just a little bit more. There we go. And this rain that we're having has given me spring fever. It is, I'm so excited for spring, but it's a little early for that. I planted almost 200 bulbs in my very tiny yard. So I'm like, come on, bulbs. Haven't seen hide nor hair of them, so. There we go. Now we're gonna do the little bit of his head. This was that real thin stuff, so I'm gonna set you over. And we gotta get the rest of your head, something smaller. That's too small. Maybe this will be just right. That'll be good enough. That's good. Honestly, maybe something just a hair bigger. Let's try that again. Now let's get her. Honestly, I always feel like if I can get the head done of a little creature, the rest is, you know, it's all the personality is in his little face. So, I mean, the rest, you know, sometimes making sure that, you know, a simple design is always maybe a little better than trying to overcomplicate, especially arms and legs. So, I think that's good. Now, I'm gonna get this. And then you have one tiny little, oh, where did I put that piece? I saved him. I'm glad I saved him. We're gonna do just kind of a U shape for the other. Let's see if we can do it with this. That's good. It's a bit thick, but thin it up a bit. There we go. Perfect. And now we just have to trim it. All right, you can go over there. You can trim right there. There we trim you just a hair. I made the head just a little bigger. There. Now we got an eyeball. We got one eyeball. I wonder if we can make an eyeball out of this smaller one. Wait, this is that thin stuff? Yes. You'd think I would know. So this is, oh yeah, this is kind of like a teardrop shape. So I'm going to see if I can make it using this. Maybe let me trim. I bet I could trim this as well. Pinch you closed. There we go. I think that's good. Now, oh, we do need a little dot in the eye. And I actually don't like to use, some people like to make a sphere, like a little round, perfectly sphere, you know, by melting a little scrap of silver. I don't love that because you never know exactly how wide where, you know, when you start grinding, as you grind more, the sphere is going to get bigger, bigger, and then smaller. I don't like that. I like to know exactly how, if I'm going to do a circle of pure silver. So what I do is I just cut a piece of thicker, straight, round wire. So it's like a cylinder, and it, you know, it runs the risk of tipping over, but if it doesn't tip over, you know exactly how big that circle is going to be straight down. And you also don't get, you know, with like a sphere with enamel under there, you have to worry about, you know, to get your enamel all the way under there. You know, so I don't really do balls if I can avoid it. So I'm going to grab some, I guess I'm going to see if 20 gauge is too thick. I've got some right here. So we'll see. We will see. I'm just going to get the tiniest. I bet this might be too thick. Let's see. Pull this down. Trim out just a little bit. Doesn't take much. Let me hold it up to the eyeball. Oop, hold on. Where'd you go? Do not roll onto the ground. You are not allowed. Let me hold you. Just like that. It's kind of big. No, I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'm going to basically make it flush. Use my flush nose cutters to make it flush. And then I'm going to use a piece of this cloisonne wire because that's how tall I want this to be. It doesn't need to be that tall. So I'm going to trim it to be the same size as a piece of wire if I can get it to not roll away. And also if you make it too tall, it definitely wants to tip over. So honestly, I got to trim both sides. I didn't trim it all that evenly. There we go. There's that. Oh. Bring you back here. Just a little bit taller than the wire. Let's see if this dot's going to be too big. Maybe. Oh no, he's cute. That looks nice. Yeah, and I know that the eyes on it grasshopper probably aren't like eyeballs, but you know, I think he looks cute. And dare I give him a little smile? Well, maybe I'll add a little smile afterwards. We'll see. We'll see. Let's get the rest of his body done. He's looking at you. So I don't know if you can see that dot or not. Probably a little bit. So now we have some more complicated things. I think I'm going to do his legs next because all of this has to kind of work around the legs. So we'll start with, you know, this easy piece right here, which is just, I do a lot of U's. Let's get you out of the way. You out of the way. There we go. There we go. And it's pretty just straight. I'm just going to bend it. Trim it. Trim that. That seems good. That's good. We'll trim that as we do it. Then we have this little thing. I bet I can do it as, yeah. It's kind of a fussy little thing. All right. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do I'm going to do it as two pieces, which, you know, I think it's fine. The more pieces, the harder it is when you're gluing it down, but I don't want to spend 10 minutes on this tiny little proboscis. No, that's, I bet my niece Megan would know exactly what this part of the body is in this insect. She is an aficionado. She knows everything there is to know about the body parts of animals, especially insects. She's very knowledgeable. So I'm going to do that and then kind of like a U shape. And I've got a thing. Do this, and this is a strange little shape, but it's these little details that kind of make it. You don't want to just kind of ziggy zag. You know, it's easy to just be like, oh, I'm just going to do a little tiny thing, but then all of a sudden you got something that just looks like a weird squiggle, although it technically is kind of just a weird squiggle. But I don't know. There we go. Got that. Bend this. Bend you up. You know what? I'm going to get, yeah. And then a little bit down would be good. Just like that. And then trim it. Looks almost like, let's see if that is. We might trim that just a little bit. We're going to trim this one little bit, and then that'll be good. It looks like a nose. Looks like a nose. There we go. And I'm going to take a moment. There we go. That looks good. Take a moment. I need to close my blinds. There is a man painting the front of the house, and he's literally like the front of the building, and he's literally like straddling my window like this, and he's fine, but I feel a little really self-conscious, so I'm going to go close the blinds. Oh. Just going to close the blinds. There we go. We waved, so it was okay. I look up and he's literally like, well, he's trying to get the trim right on the inside. He's on the outside of the building. But, you know, everyone's starting the new year with like fixer-upper projects, which is good. This is an old building. So now I'm going to do the tail. I think that sounds good. So I'm just about to almost have to make, this is all the wire I have left. I'm probably going to have to make some more in a moment. So we got that. Yeah, this will be pretty good. And I have too many things out. Just gonna gently trim that. That's straight. This is going to want to tip over, but hopefully the other pieces will hold it up right, because there's not much I can do about it. I've made a tiny little nibble on the inside of this, but I trim you, honestly. Shorten that, but then I'm going to just, there we go. See if you'll, yeah, you're definitely going to want to tip over, but that's fine. This piece right here will hold you up. That is the plan. You know, we support each other here. Nice and straight. And then this one, and then this one. Will be good. So this is kind of just a zig. That's good. Little. And then a big. Not very much. That's good. And you can trim right there. And then we just need one little hook here. One more little hook. Maybe even a little bit more hook. just right about there. Gentle one of these. Yeah, once we get to the curly keys, it's going to be like easy sailing. That's good. And I know I kind of want to, I'm tempted to redo that one leg. I'm going to now just a few more pieces. I am going to do wires around the edge. I don't always, but I want to make sure I contain, I don't mind having a little ghosting of a dark color around here. So I am going to, even though the edge is already defined by the silver, I'm still going to put a wire there. That is totally a matter of preference. And it's a case by case thing. And in this case, it's what I'm doing. So, and then I just got to go just a little bit up. That's good. Let's get our tweezers. And this will actually be kind of pushed up against things. After it's been fired in, I'm going to just jam it in. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be pretty accurate. But I am going to jam it up as close to the edge of the silver as I can. There we go, with just a little hook right there. Yeah, these are challenging to do. Whenever you're doing something that looks like a creature, you have to be a little bit more particular, because people will know. Your flower can be like, oh, there's 10 petals instead of 9, and no one will know. But trust me, if you don't put 8 legs on a spider. There we go. Perfect. That looks good. Doesn't quite fit on the actual drawing, but you know what? I'm going to leave it right there and adjust it when we're in situ, as it were, because it could be that, you know, once we get things, you know, that is what is happening. Now we got this little guy here, which is kind of a round thing. Just give it a little pinch. I like it when it comes together in the first try. Trim you just like that. Just like that. And we might square you off a little bit. And then we've got his little, whatever that is, belly, or is it more wing? Hard to tell. Let us get one of these. Oh, that's way too small. Let me get a bigger one. This one. Just about have to go make some more wire. That's good, that's good. Because we'll need wire for our curly cues. So We don't actually need much. Well, we'll see how much wire we have. And this, a little bit in. Good. That's good. Your little, we're going to call it your belly. Just like that. Oh, because this piece needs to go down. A little bit. That's fine. Let me trim this piece. That's the problem. That's better. Now we've got a little hook and a hook. That's good. Let's just see where we are. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some more wire. So here's the deal. Because everything's hardwired into this laptop, I've ordered a 15-foot cable, but it has not arrived yet. So I don't think I can get very close to the rolling mill, but I will move the Kiln cam over so you can at least see what I'm doing on the rolling mill. I'm going to make just a little bit of 26 gauge. I'm gonna start with 26 gauge. Look at that, I just got a nice batch of it. I don't need much. I'm probably going to do 2 little lengths. You know what? I'm going to need it for the rest of the pieces, which I'm doing later. Here's the thing that's falling off the wayside. I'm not going to be getting to this one, and I'm not getting to this one, and this batch, these 4 things are getting pushed because all the other wires are done. And it was kind of a big batch of things anyway. So those things are getting pushed. And I'm not feeling super inspired about those moons. I thought I was, but on reflection, not so much. So I think 3 strands will be good. So let me go, so down, and then the other one, we could go over there. Let's go to, we still called the torch cam. Oh, it probably will say torch cam on it. Hold on. It's not the torch cam. There we are. We're going to see where we can go. Not very far. You can see I've closed the blinds. The blinds are closed, and I feel like it's, hold on, right there is, straight is. So, not even going to explain it. I've got my little thing. Just going to quickly go ahead and make a little bit. Let's see where we are. And you know what? I need my glasses for this. There we go. Glasses. Is he still there? I hate having the blinds closed. There we go. That is pretty good. You know what I really need is an existing, because I want to make sure it's exactly the same. Sorry, I don't mean to keep going back and forth. I need a little scrap just to make sure it's exactly the right height, since I usually try to make enough to do the whole project just in case there's any variation. But actually this looks just fine, actually. Perfect. Let's run it through. I'm going to make 3. That should be enough. Honestly, 1 is probably enough, but we'll see. There we go. So we have a beautiful, I don't know if you can see that, a lovely piece. Cloisonne. Set you there. Gonna do 2. You set right there. We are going to use the thinner stuff for the flower. So really this is just to finish up that little bit and do a few, I mean, there's not much curly Q action in these little things. It's very, very tiny. So extra small curly Qs. There we go. Boom. 3 lovely pieces of cloisonné enamel. Now, we'll just leave it pointing over there. It's not hurting anything. Might have to go back there. There we go, workbench 1. So, cloisonné wires. If you want a video about how to make these, check out my, hold on, I'm so not, oh, Vimeo, there you are. Vimeo. Have a video about how to make cloisonné wires. So you saw how easy it was. It's a very short video, but talks about all that stuff. There we go. That was your commercial break. We're done with the round wire. Put you in the drawer. And we have a nice amount of cloisonné wire that I just made. I'm going to go ahead and pull one out and put the other 2 in the baggie for later. There we go. Keep one. And put this in the bag. There we go. Now, where were we? We just have a few more little bits and bobs. I am going to redo this one with the tinier one. Didn't like that one. So we just have to do his little, I'm going to grab a tiny little bit of this. Hopefully I don't have to make more of this because I'm using it on here, but it'll be fine. You know what, I'm just going to pull you out. It's fine. Just a tiny little bit right there. That's fine. Just redoing this, like it was just too thick in that thicker wire because it's just the tiniest little thing. I'm going to actually make it just a little longer. Trim it when we're assembling it. There we go. Oh, actually, I like that. I did a little fold over. Trim it. Now it's perfect. That's what I really needed. Perfect, and it fits lovely. Now, so I don't know what that was, goes in there. Let us, oh, chat paused due to scroll. Well, oh, I see there's more scrolling. Sorry, everybody. First time chat, 1122. Welcome. Let's see. Snoopy, Mouse Cook, thank you for commenting on the nice things. And 11 is following. And back to Camille, sorry, it pauses. There we go. There we go. We have a little bit of these, will be fine. All right, now we have just a few little bits and bobs to fix, and then we're in the home stretch of wires, and we're gonna get to some enameling today. We're gonna melt some glass onto some silver. That is a promise. Wait, what time is it? 11:30. Yes, we will. I haven't turned the kiln on, but it's a thing that will be happening probably in about 25 minutes. If I stopped blabbing, we would go a little faster with this, but there we go. let's get this little, the end of this bit. And a little bit of this. And then he's got a little bit of abdomen. That. And then kind of along there we go. Just little puffy little abdomen. He's been eating too many carbs. I guess, no, no, he probably doesn't eat any carbs. Wait, what do grasshoppers eat? Just his little belly. We do have some fussy pieces to do right in the middle, but I find that when you're doing a lot of little fussy pieces, it's nice to have the pieces around them be very simple and not too much. Hence this round little belly. There we go. There we go. Good. And then we just need this, and you know, I think we're just going to do that. I'm trying to decide. I don't want there to be too many wires. So we're just going to fold over. A babbling enable. It's all right. No, you get me started talking. I'm happy to do it. But you know, before I even talk, I was telling my husband the other day, it's amazing because everything goes like way slower when I'm streaming, but I still get just about as much done because I literally can't fool around on my phone. I can't wander off, you know, like, you know, I'm constantly like, oh, I'm just going to go walk around the block. No, that probably wouldn't work. So yes, how did I get into enameling? I'm old, so I've tried lots of things. I went to art school. Went to Rhode Island's School of Design in Providence, Rhode Island. I have very mixed feelings about that school, but I was actually, you know, ultimately it worked out just fine. I majored in illustration, and you know, my parents were like, art school? How are you going to get a job? And I'm like, I'm going to be a children's book illustrator. And that, you know, I majored in illustration, and this was back in the 80s/90s, and there were no computers. Like, I didn't take a single computer class in college, but so I thought I was going to do that. Didn't really like it. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but when I was in RISD, they do this thing called like a winter program, after Christmas, but before the final term, you do like a couple week, you get to pick one class and it has to be outside of your major. Great idea. And I took a stained glass class, which doesn't seem like anything like this, but it really resonated with me because I realized what I didn't like about illustration, graphic design. My dad is an engineer, and I really liked making things with my hands. And I felt all along, I didn't even realize it, that, you know, I was doing all this drawing and it felt incomplete. And I liked to do the drawing as kind of a precursor, like to something else. I did that class. That must have been in my senior year. So I graduated and moved back to Cleveland. I was going to I told you this was too much story. I was going to go to graduate school at Case Western Reserve for art history. It bombed out of there. That did not work. And so I just started doing stained glass because I really liked it. But stained glass is hard because, you know, I didn't really want to do, you know, it's hard to make a living doing stained glass. You know, I guess I could have opened up a stained glass. And stained glass was very popular back in the, you know, early 90s. It was kind of country classic, whatever. But was a bit of a hard sell, but I did that. I moved to Raleigh. Let's see, I got to get this leg. I'm going to do this leg in the smaller size too. And, you know, I was every shade of waitstaff person, barista, whatever. I worked as a framer. Like I did a lot of picture framing. I had like, at one time, I think I had 4 different jobs. This is back when you could get jobs really easy. And honestly, I did a kind of a day program to learn computer skills. I learned Illustrator, Photoshop, whatever. Got a job as, well, actually I worked as, never mind. I'm bored with this story. I worked at a lot of jobs. Worked at the North Carolina Museum of History as an exhibit designer. That was fun. And that's when I went back to school to do more, because I was doing AutoCAD there, kind of self-taught. So I got a job as a graphic designer. I worked for a company for a long time. We made educational materials for autism. And I was doing art on the side because, you know, you can't make, you know, it's hard to make money with art. Let me be completely honest. And what am I doing? So, yeah, I got the job as the graphic designer. I had a whole bunch of jobs in between. It doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And I just randomly took a class at the craft center. We're getting to enameling. At the NC State Craft Center, I took an intro to enameling class with my very good friend who was teaching it, Lillian Jones. And I came home. I took the very first class. I came home. My mind was completely blown. It was like, you know, that moment where you're like, I get it. I know exactly what I want to do with the rest of my life. I like came home at the kitchen table. I'm like, oh, we got to make this happen. And, you know, still working full time, and bought a kiln for $100, a little box, and I put it on my kitchen counter. And I bought, you know, things were a lot cheaper back then. I bought an assortment of enamels. That was the only class I took with Lillian ever. And I just started on the weekends. I actually cleared out the dining room and I took over the whole dining room. And I was like, there was no internet. There's no like forums. I was reading those books about how to do things, figured it all out. And just slowly, over the course of about 10 years, I started, you know, thinking that I could make this happen as a career. And so really, really slowly, my first step was I went part-time with my graphic design. I was never a really good graphic designer, but I went part-time with that, which was great. And then honestly, I went full-time probably in 2017, 2018. I bit the bullet. I quit my day job and have been doing this ever since. And it's a hustle. It's a hustle. So that's the whole story. And I know, see, you started it. Hustle. So everyone's like, oh, should I do this? My dad is like, oh, you know, you should tell so-and-so, you know, in our family, they would, you know, they should get into jewelry making. And I'm like, I don't know. It's so much hustle. All right. I was blabbing so much that I lost track of what I'm doing, but that's okay. We've got this. So many jobs. I don't mind this, but this is a little on the pinchy side. I'll probably, there we go. That looks good. Let me just trim this little guy. if I could go back in time, I probably would have tried to take some metals classes when I was in college. That is my Achilles heel, is metalsmithing. It's just, I had to I went backwards. I learned enameling first, then had to learn how to solder and all the accoutrements that go with it. So, also I hear that, back in the early 90s, people were making a killing in jewelry. Like they went to those, ACC Atlanta, ACC Baltimore, and would make like $100,000. I don't even know if that's true. Certainly by the time I got to the ACC shows, was not. I'm probably going to edit this whole part out before I export it too. There we go. Got a little foot here. There we go. That's good. Perfect. Look at your little foot. See that? Well, sometimes it's nice when it's real easy. We've got that. We've got that. What else do we have? I might. Do I want to do 1 and 2? Let me look at the drawing. Where's the colored drawing? Actually, let me grab the original. Let's see what's going on. Remember, here's the original illustration. So where is, oh, here we are. Let me just look at it. Yeah, we have kind of like a little, we have a line here. Oh yeah, I was going to do a line there. Did I do it? I did not. It's all right. I can make that happen. Yeah, I'm going to do a little thing like that. That sounds good. Edition. Do I sell my work in galleries and jewelry stores? Well, what is that big piece? Oh, this piece? Oh, this piece is the inspiration. This is the Connections necklace. This piece is finished. It is up for an award, the Jose Just Award, which I'll find out if it has won in, I'll be going to Tucson at the end of the month for the award ceremony. That I haven't seen the necklace. I finished the necklace and mailed it to them back in August, but this is the drawing of the necklace, and I have some bad photos of it, but I'm hoping to get better photos. And so that's what these 3 pieces are kind of inspired from, this necklace that I made, because this necklace I'm probably not going to be selling, but it'd be nice to make a little money selling these little guys for that. So that is that. But I'll get a good picture of it. If I win, certainly. But to be honest, I'm happy to just be a finalist. So I would like to win. I never win anything, but so that is good. And the question is, do I sell in galleries? I've really, right before COVID, I was really reevaluating my business plan, because honestly, I say it's a hustle. There are probably 20, 30 different avenues for revenue that you could explore in this situation, and you really can't do all of them. If you try to do all of the ways to make money, you're not going to be able to devote the correct amount of time to be good at anything. And so I really had decided that galleries take 50%, and you have to send them 20 pieces of work, and they don't, no offense, most galleries are really respectful of your work, but sometimes they send it back and they've never polished it. Looks like it's been dinged around. So I'd kind of been before COVID, I was really, really scaling back my in-person galleries. So, and as of right now, I think I have 2 galleries left, but that is it. And in-person shows kind of were over with COVID and haven't really revisited them. So I do most of my work online. And thankfully, before COVID, literally before COVID happened, I had already started my video tutorial series on Vimeo. If you want to support me, go subscribe to my Vimeo. I'd already started that. That's what I want to do with this piece. So that was actually really good. Really good timing for me was I already had my video things set up and ready to go, and I'd just gotten it started. So that was really good. So yeah, my main avenues, is this too much information? Probably. My main avenues of revenue are selling jewelry. I actually do sell a lot. My second big thing is my Vimeo channel. So that's why I'm always pushing people towards that. Making those videos. I teach in person as well. So those are kind of my big three things. And I'm not going to get rich. I'm supporting myself at it. But I'm not, I lost that piece of, where did you go? I'm not going to be rich because I decided I don't want to hire people. Like I probably, at some point could have hired some employees, but I just don't want to do that. So I'm a solo person. I've lost that piece and it was perfect. So disappointing. Where'd you go? All right, I'm just going to make that one again. Very disappointing. This is the last piece on this little guy. And fold you over. There we go. A little bit like that. Undo you. And illustration. Yeah, it is. It's hard to know. I mean, it took a long time for me to figure out what I wanted to do. I mean, I liked stained glass, but it's probably, well, the thing I liked about it was the vivid colors I liked, and I liked making it, and I liked designing it. But it's hard. I mean, I actually don't have any of my stained glass that I made. I did a lot of really vividly colored things. To be honest, you won't be surprised if you ever see any of my stained glass work, having seen what I'm doing with this work. So it's funny. My parents, I made, it was a traditional, it wasn't anything crazy. I did this very traditional stained glass set of windows on on either side of my parents' front door at their old house. And maybe about, 15 years ago, they moved. They downsized. And I guess last year, whoever had bought the house 15 years ago tore them out. And my parents were outright. They drove past and they were like, oh, where did the stained glass windows go? And I'm like, those stained glass windows were circa 1991 style. I even believe I used like brass colored cane. Like it was very dated, so I'm not surprised. But they were like, we knew we should have taken those windows out. I'm like, Mom, where were you going to put those windows in your condo? She's like, but they were very special. That's not how my mom talks, by the way. There we go. That's right. That's perfect. You see how perfectly it fit in there? Lovely. Oh, one more. Just the quickest little guy. And there we go. Just this. And that's probably going to tip the F right over. But you know what? I'm going to put a little jig here. There we go. And then I can make you not quite as curved. Give it to me. And then there we go. There we go. Good enough. There we go. Now, done with that. Done with that. And we just have, let me clear the air here. We just have a few curly cues and a few of these that go inside the, put all of these right in here. And then we'll be ready to start enameling. And I don't think I need to use, well, I'll probably do. These are going to be some really, really tiny curly cues too. And so we've got, let me get all three. We've got this little guy, because we've got curly cues for you. Remember, we've got curly cues that we need for you. And curly cues. Don't forget our earrings. Here, we need curly cues for those three things. Oh, let me just pivot you. That's good. And I'm going to make myself a little bit more comfortable and see about, there we go. So I'm going to just make a pile, and I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to move you. Don't need you right now. There we go. There we go. Let's see which way. There. Gonna scooch that over a little bit. Actually, we'll just scooch you up. There we go. So we have some place for the curly cues to fall. And I'm just going to make really, really tiny curly cues. A pile of extra small to small. And this. I always have to get warmed up. Really, you're just going to fly all the way over there. They're supposed to fall right here. See, there we go. And a few dots too. Curly cues and dots. I don't need you. Well, maybe we'll need you later. Don't need you. I don't need you. And I am going to turn the kiln on. The moment I'm starting the wires for the flower petals, those won't take long. I'm going to turn the kiln on because we're going to get started with some enamel, counter enamel. There we go. But these curly cues, I need more than you know. That's funny though, whenever, my very good friend Betty McEwen, she's got like a master's in jewelry or metalsmithing, jewelry art or something like that. So I always go to these seminars. I'm doing a seminar. I'm a speaker in a seminar, not this weekend, but next weekend at ECU, East Carolina University. I'm going to be doing a talk and a breakout session. I think I'm one of a couple speakers. It's all jewelry. It's not necessarily just enameling. I think I can't remember who else is going to be there, but I'm always a little intimidated because all the other jewelry artists are like, oh yes, in my explorations when I was getting my undergraduate and then my graduate degree, and it's all this official learning, and it's hard. I'm going to get up there and be like, I'm self-taught. I apologize, everybody. I feel like it's because I didn't do my meditation this morning. I'm way oversharing. Good. That's a big one. That's going to be considered a big one for this. Trim you. But look at how these tiny little dots right here. So. Oh no, they were, I mean, they were well constructed, but they were, I specifically made them for my parents knowing they would like them. I mean, they were beveled, clear glass with, a little bit of white crackle glass, kind of a very stodgy. They were pretty stodgy. But my parents loved them. They were so proud. I love, my parents are great. They still, when I come home, I swear to God, I played the clarinet in high school. I was first chair. And I did back in the 80s. I was wearing a gorgeous Laura Ashley vivid red dress with these poof sleeves. I did a clarinet concerto in D minor. I did a solo, and my dad recorded it on the VHS tape. And every time I go home, my dad's like, "Oh, we should get out that VHS tape and watch Sandra's thing." It's great to have parents that are very, very. They've always been proud of whatever I'm doing. So, concertino in D minor, clarinet. There we go. Taste. Oh, hold on. Yes. Well, self-taught. And to be honest, I started teaching. Starting teaching made me a better enamelist almost out of the gate, because having to teach something, you have to know. They're going to ask why. Why do I do it this way? What if I did it this way? I've messed it up. How do I fix it? You learn so much by teaching. So if you have to learn something, honestly, teaching it to somebody else that doesn't know anything about it, that is the way to learn it. Okay, I'm going to focus. I'm going to just zoopity zoop and make these. I'm like, oh, let me tell you another story. I've decided that the kind of old person I'm going to be. I'm going to be the old lady that has a lot of stories. There's a little one. I'm going to make some real tiny ones. Yeah, because we need, let me see. That's not very many. It looks like a lot, but it's not very much. It's probably I need 4 times that amount. I'm going to make some real tiny ones. Real tiny ones. Look at that real tiny one. Real tiny ones. That one's not quite as good, but it'll do. I haven't yet written my I'm doing it on Sunday. I've got all of Sunday blocked out to write this presentation that I'm going to be giving. But the good part is there's a demonstration element to it. So I bet people really want to see the demonstration more than they want to hear me blather about my process. There we go. Just the tiniest. Oop, right down. I'm going to make a couple, use this last little bit and make some circles, real small ones. Small circles. Go over there. Real tiny. A little bit more. Where's, all right, another piece of this starting from, let's go ahead and make a couple more circles. I'm in the circle zone. Make a few slightly bigger circles. That'll do. It's more of a teardrop, but that's okay. All right, it's almost noon. I'm going to try to get these done by noon. We'll honestly probably say 12:15. But I think the guy's done painting. I can open the blinds. That. Okay, now we're back to curly cues. You see how long it's taken to make these. Imagine how long it took. Remember the bracelet that we're going to get to? Imagine how long it took to make all these curly cues. Oh, that's a terrible one, but that'll do. I can fuss with it. All right, I'm going to make 3 more, and then I'm going to start putting these on just to see how many I really need to make. How many more? You don't need, I mean, I'm not anywhere near done. I'm going to do that, 2 tiny ones. Go. And a slightly less tiny one. Good one, real small. There. All right. Now we'll start, honestly, let's do them in the order. Let's put some. Not a big one here. Start in the middle. And then we have all these tiny little ones. Little tiny one. And a dot here. Do we have a tiny little baby one? Yeah, I need to make more little ones for sure. It's fine, we'll put a dot over here. That'll do. Yeah, these are real tiny. It's kind of a big one. And I'll trim these really. I'm just kind of setting them. There's going to be some fussing when I get these down. Real tiny one. Yeah, definitely need to make some baby ones. I was thinking I was making small ones, but that ever made, oh, hold on, there's 2 questions. What's the worst part about enameling? There's nothing terrible about enameling. Probably the worst is when you've fucked up, when you've invested 10, 20, 100 hours into something and you make a mistake, especially when you know before you make that mistake, this is probably a bad idea, and you ruin it. Because failure can happen at any stage. You know, as you get better at it, you learn. And I also used to not really like grinding and polishing, but I've really honed I've got the right tools. I've worked up my upper body strength. I can use my elbow grease. It doesn't hurt my hands or my body anymore. And that was that question. And the other question was, have you ever made any religious inspired works? Yes. It's not something that I've done some gifts for people, and I've done maybe 2 commissions, not for religious establishments, but for personal reasons. And I mean, I love the genre, but I think that it's not, because I'm not particularly religious, so I don't really, it's not something I'm seeking out. So, but certainly this is, there's so much great iconography. And all of the religious stuff I've done have been very kind of Catholic, good, like angels, Mary and child, and that kind of thing. And put you right there. Put a little dot right here. What is this? Oh, there's a dot. I wonder if I can put a tiny dot right there. I like to put a dot and even just, there's that. And then we need a curly Q there. There's more dots here. That. One more dot. Yes. All right, and then, we need a couple, we need a tiny one and a dot over there. Let's see what we've got over here. Let's fill these in. Just leave some room for a dot. And a little that. All right. We need some real tiny ones and dots. Let's get our earrings. So this worked out good, because I would have probably made a lot more big ones, and I'm just about using all the big ones. All right, so I need real tiny ones and a mess of dots, and that will be it for the curly cues. There we go. Got all of those. And a little bit more. So real tiny ones. You know what? I'm even going to get, these are my newest acquisition, and I haven't really made a lot of curlicues with them because they're so tiny that there's a bit of a learning curve. So, but you can see that they are, see the difference? This was my thinnest. Here, let me show you all 3. We've got our thickest, medium, and look how fine these are. This is a nice pair of round nose pliers. They were not inexpensive, but they were worth it. All right, so we don't need But I haven't really gotten the hang of making curlicues with them just because they're so tiny. And I generally don't need really, really, really tiny ones like I do now. But let's see how they do. Let's put them through their paces. So tiny. Like you can make so tiny that you need to grind your enamel even finer to fit in. Yeah, look how tiny that is. Oop. Focus. That'll do. Oh yeah. All right, so we'll make a bunch with this little thing. Oh, what made you decide to start streaming? Well, you know, I actually was for two reasons. One, kind of personal, and another more practical, I guess. I don't know that I see that much of a future. Not whatever, Facebook, Instagram, the more basic social media stuff. And I thought I really want to branch out a little bit and kind of share what I'm doing. And you know, so I was like, I could make a ton more videos. Well, basically, I didn't want to make a whole lot of videos, have to produce them, you know. And the other thing is, I kind of wanted a little bit more accountability to myself. Not that I'd gotten in a rut. I mean, I'm a pretty good. I've got over the course. Haven't always had a great work ethic. It's something I've always been working on. But I kind of thought, what if I did the streaming thing? Because honestly, I didn't think anyone would watch. Quite frankly, I'm astounded that anybody watches this. My husband is like, "Yo, you should do Twitch is," because my husband makes video games, so I'm actually very familiar with Twitch. And you know, they have this makers and crafting area that didn't seem to be all that, you know, busy. So I thought, well, you know, might as well start streaming there. And honestly, it's for my own accountability. You know, if I stream 3 days a week for, you know, uninterrupted time, it helps me schedule my time. And so, I mean, it's not like I'm not rolling in the money with this Twitch stuff, but you know, it's all, so it's just kind of really exploring different media as we go forward. And also, I kind of like it. I think it's fun. And yeah, so that is it. Because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens here. And I also, you know, had to, oh, that was too big. Look, I was having fun with that one, and it's way too big. You know, I walk in the room, I'm like, hey, young people. There we go. That's a little one. But yeah, I'm still figuring out, like, you know, because I mean, I'm not going to lie, the thing that makes me the least amount of money in my entire business is YouTube. So, I mean, but, you know, I think it's just too much of a niche thing. I'm not going to get a million views of this. So, I'm not sure. But if I can drag a few people to my Vimeo channel, that, I guess it's all good. So, saying blah, blah, blah. Yep. I keep meaning to steal my husband's other iPad. He's a technophile, and have it here so I could see. If I put it right here in front of me, I could have it open to Twitch, and then I could actually just see easier the comments. You know, I'm working on it. That is, see, I'm making them too big. When I lose focus, especially when you're going good and it wants to just be like, oh, I'm going to be a really big one. A few more. I'm going to say 3 more really, really tiny ones, extra tiny. 1, and then a pile of little dots. And then we won't be done with the Ys. We still have to do, there's not much though, just these little guys right here. And they should go pretty fast. Oh, and there's a few on the back, but well, we can actually do those as we can make those a la moment. This is just a few curlicues for the back. But there's one more really tiny one. There's that. And I don't want the circles to be that tiny, so there's 1 circle. I need at least 10, maybe 12 circles. Oh, do not, where did you go? Oh, there you are. Ah, what games does my husband? Well, he spent 18 years at Epic, so he definitely worked on Fortnite, Gears of War. We Happy Few. What else? Oh, he's working right now. He's working on some blockchain games. What else has he worked on? Happy Few. Did he? Yeah, but I guess, yeah. Fortnite would definitely be the biggie, and Gears of War. Years of Gears of War. There we go. He actually did the, I know it's probably been replaced he did the wood texture, the wood when you're building. Well, I think they took out, you don't have to craft anymore, not craft, build. He did the wood thing, the wood crates. But he did a lot. I mean, he was actually one of the, it was like at Epic Games. He was at Epic Games for 18 years, I don't know. But he was probably the 8th or the 9th employee of Epic Games. And now, he's no longer at Epic, but don't know how many people work there now, but it seems like a lot. So all right, we've got a little one right here. There we go. Here we go. There we go. That's good. That is good. That one is, well, we still have to do that little bit, but that's fine. And now we got a little bit, oh, we need some bigger ones over here, so I'm glad I made them. Can he make me a Fortnite? No. No. It's funny. I could tell you some stories. There we go. But those aren't my stories to tell. There we go. But, he got into video games kind of the same way I did. Like, he never went to college. It was back in the day where he was making Quake levels. And, he just got recruited. He had, kind of a crappy day job. And he was really, really involved in the early online Quake level stuff. And he got recruited to work on. Remember, you absolutely do not remember this video game. If you ever read the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, they made a video game, The Wheel of Time. This was in the early aughts. And so he started working for them. I thought the game was good. I mean, for a 2000 game, it was kind of not, it was not a blockbuster. But then he got kind of headhunted over at Epic Games, and he was there again for a long time. So there we go. That's good. Oh, there we go. Fit you right in there. A little. See, I'm gonna have to make more. I didn't make enough. So yeah, I'll have him on as a guest star. He has, and the thing is, here's the thing. He hasn't made a video in like a year. He has like 10,000 not Facebook, 10,000 YouTube followers. And I'm like, how do you have 10,000 subscribers? And I'm like, I bust my butt on YouTube and barely scrap, 6,000. And he's like, he's very lovable. And his videos are all about, they're not about Fortnite or anything. They're just about his explorations in programming. Right now, he's so excited about not C++, but C. I know a lot about it just from hearing about it. That's his kind of like side quest. There we go. Oh, I need a lot more. I need another little pile. Sorry, everybody, but we're gonna have to make some more. Make some more. Yeah, I hear that, breaking into the game design industry these days is probably a lot harder. But it is all about, you got to do the work. Don't try to do everything. Pick one thing and be really, really, really good at it. And if you really want to get a job, apparently the thing to study is, what are all those effects artists? Like a good effect artist is apparently a unicorn in the industry. So if you can make fog and, I don't know, sparkles, I don't even know really what it is. But those are the people, you will always have a job if you are a good effects thing. There we go. I'm going to make a couple slightly larger ones. One, two, three. Yeah, I'm just gonna make. I bet I need more than I even. Oh, I'm gonna go back to this little guy. There we go. Oh, I should send you all to his YouTube channel. I'm not going to. There we go. Well, I feel like it's all very creative. I mean, it's problem solving. And even Warren, he's alternated between programming, art direction, level design. You know, he's pretty much done it all. There we go. Oh, wait, that seems really thin. I'm going to get one more piece, got a crack open, and there we go. That's good. One, two, all right, let's just see where we are here. All right, get you, because at this point, you know, we need to just make exactly what's going to fit. That's good. That can go over there. We need that. All right. Is that going to fit? No. I think that'll fit right there. We'll keep you. We'll just set you there in case we need you. And same thing goes for you. So we really just need a couple dots, and then we'll be done with this part. There's many parts. Oh, not that one. Three, probably 4, 5, 6, 8. Always good to have a few extra because it's kind of, it sucks if you have to like go make them because you need a little space. It's whatever I can jam in there. And don't forget, I'm going to turn the kiln on. When I'm done with these dots, I'm going to turn the kiln on because well, I do have to do some flower things, but you know what? Maybe I'll finish those flowers after the thing because I bet we're all tired of wires. Take a little break from the wires, which means I'm going to turn the kiln on right now. Let's do that. What am I setting my kiln to? 14. I'm going back to my higher temperature for we're going to set, let's come over to the kiln. Ooh, doop, 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 doop. Come into the kiln. Here we are at the kiln. There we go. Let's plug you in, buddy. Oh, hey there, sweet pea. How you doing? Looking good. Ready for a big day? Get this. 1400. I'd set it lower for the sample strips. There we go. 1430, 776 Celsius. I'm going to open the blinds because I think the painter dude is done. Freshly painted, beautiful. Let's get some light in here. All right, kiln is on. It's probably gonna take about 10-15 minutes to come up to temperature. I do have 2 kilns because, you know, if that kiln dies in the middle of a class, I need to have another. So, but I don't use them both at the same time. It's just I've got the other kiln over. This is Clicky. No, this is Clicky, who we're using, and the other kiln is called Beepy. So, and they got named during COVID because I had them set up in my guest bedroom, and my husband was in the other room, and he's like, depending on which kiln I was using, because I was alternating between, don't ask why, one always beeps and one always clicks. That's probably my least interesting story for the day. But anyway, let's get these dots in here. Let's those dots. Get a dot over there, and we're going to, we got a lot. There we go, a dot, a dot, a dot. Get a dot right in there. That's, I can't say no. We'll see if we're going to put a dot in there, maybe. Alrighty, so this one is good for now. We needed a dot over here. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, no, I think we're good with that one. That one's totally done. And a dot. And a dot. That's good. You know, I'm going to make 2 more dots and then call it a day. And then we'll think about enamels. Then we'll switch gears. 1 dot. 2 dots, red blot, blue blot, there, well 3, one as well. You can never honestly have too many of these little guys. Alrighty. This pair of earrings, this, that, and you can just hang out over there, perfect. Stick you down. Now we're ready, we're done with this for today. We are ready to start some enameling. So I need to do a bit of a reset. I'm going to pull up a little bit and put some of all of this away that we don't need. First up that we're going to thank are our tools. I'm going to put those away. There we go. Then we're going to put our wires, because we're not quite ready for the wires. We're going to, I do want to save this. Save that right there. We're going to put the wires here so they don't end up on the floor, on the back of my elbow. We don't want that. We've got the bracelet. We've got these earrings that we did a while ago. So we actually have a lot. We've got a lot of wires. And is that everything? Oh wait, hold on. We're going to be using these wires sooner. These are for the backs, but I am going to put them here just so they're all in the same place, which is over there and not on the floor. And then that can go here. We've got, here's where we're doing. These 4 aren't happening. I just ran out of time, so we're going to be doing these earrings, these, and this. So it's a lot. It is quite a bit. We don't need that right now. And let me just, next up, we're going to save these because we could use these to cut our foils, which we might do today. We'll see. Done with the wires for now. I know, isn't that a lot of wires? It took a lot long, even knowing how long it should take, it took a long time. But I zoned out. I did that. I knew I wanted to do those wires myself. It was kind of a meditative process for me. And I'm just going to, speaking of wires, I'm going to collect all these wires that have flown the coop here. And I'm going to put them, try to not have them end up on the floor. I've been kind of saving them in here, but I'm going to put them into my bigger scrap heap. I don't have much in my scrap heap because I finally sent it out for refining. So we've started the scrap bin again. That's good. And then this is where I put all of these things. There we go. And then all of these. Let's see if I can not have them end up on the floor. All right, that is good. That's fine silver. Go up there. Just kind of we're clearing the work area because we're about to bring out the enamels. So we've got that. And we need our bases. Oh, you know what? These wires. Let me got kind of these wires that loosey-goosey. They need to go over with the rest of, you can't see, these wires that I made. We're going to have to make a few more of those, and sooner rather than later, because those are for the backs. Put them over here. So all the wires are in one location, and nothing bad can happen. Remember, those are our colors that we're going to be working with. Not today. Sadly, we're going to be doing the backs today. So you can go over there. And the other thing that I need to find are the bases for the other pieces. So remember, we've got these 3 bases that we made the other day. And we soldered them, we fused them. They are ready to go. We have our bracelet base, our bangle bracelet. And we need the bases for all those other earrings. They are in the drawer. I'll be right back. Here are the other bases. We're not doing all of these. Remember, we've kind of had to have a little come to Jesus moment. Oh, I'm so organized in well, you know why? It's because when I first started, we were in a very, very small condo, and I'm going to say it was a dining room, but it was really more like a cubby with a little window. It was probably about the size of this space here. And I had 2 desks, kiln here, and everything had to be, it just would turn into chaos if it didn't. So I got very organized. Hold on, what was that? Do they refine? Oh, this is a question about the refining. It depends on the refiner. I do my refining through Rio Grande because I buy my silver from Rio Grande, and you get more if you just let them do a store credit. I think it's 80% return, and quite frankly it works for me because I thought at one point I might want to refine my own stuff, but I don't have the time, so it's actually kind of worth it. So I just segregate my silver, my sterling from my fine silver, and send it in, and they've been really good. But all different refiners are, it depends what refiner you're using. Okay, remember this. This is just to refresh your memory if you're just joining us. Here is the original bracelet. This is the cool tone bracelet that I have already made. And this one's a little bit smaller. Fits my wrist beautifully, which I make everything to fit me. And this new bracelet, remember, is going to be rainbow. So we have the cool, this is the seafoam and blue bracelet, and the new bracelet is going to be rainbow colors. And you can see it's a little bit bigger because I realized that not everyone has a scrawny old lady wrist. So will fit, and it gives you more real estate anyway. So that is that. So we'll say goodbye to the bracelet. I think these 2 colors are kind of my favorite. So just so you know, that's where we're going. And let me backtrack. The kiln's almost up to temperature. We're just about ready to get started. So we're doing these earrings, yes, so they can come over. These are a yes. These are a no. These little dewdrops, oh crap, I have to, oh, well, no, maybe I'm not going to do all of these dewdrops. The ones that are ready to go, these need to get sanded. Oh, those are ready to go. All right, so actually we'll do 3 pairs. Not bad. And these will just have to happen. I don't feel like, well, no, we're not going to do them. You guys can backtrack there. We're not doing you today, although we could. You are already, we've got, the wires are already in place and they're already enameled, but they are part of this group. Sorry, there's a fighter jet going up over. You are yes. We've got your wires. These pieces are no's. These pieces are no's. This is a yes. The wires are already in place. I've been wanting to do this one for a while, so definitely going to be doing that one. So these will go back. Actually, these will come with us because these are the drops for those. We got these sweet little peridot drops for this pair of earrings. You can see they'll be kind of like a little trefoil with a drop. So we're done with these. We're going to put these back in for another day. And we've got, that's what we're working on. Put these away. It is 12:30. We got this. So we're going to start with the easy stuff. Probably should actually get the enamels as well. Got a nice clean piece of paper right here. And everything is been sanded and slightly domed. So we'll deal with the bracelet next. We're not doing that right this second. And that one pair of earrings and the one pendant that's already has the wires, we don't have to do anything. So those are getting set aside. Yeah, I'm breaking them into even more subcategories. So these are the ones. Excuse me. Oh wait, no, these actually already have enamel on the back. They don't have anything on the front. I don't even know. There we go. So these pieces are the ones that we need to get started with. We'll get them all, once we get them all to this stage, we'll work on them together. And the bracelet is kind of a unicorn here. It's going to be a whole thing, which we will start as well. We'll probably start that today. So, but the first thing we need to do is we need to put we're going to sift a coat of enamel on the backs of all of these. So let me get that and get all the sifting stuff, and we'll do that first. It'll be the work of a moment. Oh, there's Clicky. Clicky's ready. And we're going to get some clear fire and some of this is good. Probably want some enamel. Got some enamel. There's our enamel. Ooh, a sifter would be good. Getting a sifter. I was just washed out all these sifters. There we go. Oh, definitely need some trivets. Let's see. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. Let's see if that will be good. What are these going to be? These larger ones will probably be good. And then 2 smaller ones. That should be good. And then something to sift on. Perfect. There we go. Clean brush. That is everything that we need. and a nice clean brush. There we go. So, oh, and I guess I'll wear that. So, oh, little cup. Boom. Now, start by putting a little clear fire in this little thing. That's a goodly amount. And then a tiny drop of Dawn dishwashing liquid, the tiniest. See how tiny we can get. It's a bit big, but it'll be fine. There we go. So we've got that. This is fine. Now let's just double check that our trivet situation is going to be good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Sorry, another plane is going over. They tend to kind of come in groups. 3, 4, 5. That's going to be fine. Let's see if these are going to fit. 1, 2. Oh, this will be good. 3. I bet these will be good here. 4, 5. I like to kind of figure out how things are going to, what's going on what trivet. And then these guys will probably just go, they'll each get a nice medium to large size trivet. And they sit just like that. So good. We didn't really need those extra trivets. So we know where everyone's going to end up. We've got a trivet that we're going to sift on. And now let's just get our first coat on. I'm going to put a little bit in here as I put on, because I am trying to be better about the safety. There we go. Glasses are on. We're using black, basic black enamel on the back. Again, you could do whatever you want. It's a style choice. I kind of like the simplicity of it. So that's why that is happening. Mix this up just like that, starting with the big one. Get a nice even coat. I'm not worried about, I'll be wet packing underneath that bail. That's good. Let me get a clean brush to clean off that bail. Speaking of which, I'm not going to wear this. Ugh, I said I was going to be good this year, but I'm going to be bad. There we go. Let's just clean this off like that. Let me zoom in a little bit. I bet I can get a little bit closer. Yeah, because if I don't clean this dry enamel off this bail, I will be grinding this enamel off the bail. And we're going to be putting more than one coat on, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I am going to clean the edges just a little bit. Maybe get one more little sift on the edge right there. There we go. And then we're going to put that trivet. And what I need is another tray. It is, you know what? It's fine. I'll just set these over here. We'll put them under the heat lamp in a moment. Let's do the 3 biggies first. Yeah, we are going to do, there is more wire working in the immediate future because I haven't quite finished the wires for the back of these. And that we'll just have to, we're going to do them in the moment. So But it'll be more interesting because it'll be like a wire and then you put it on the piece. A wire and you put it on the piece. Clean that off. There we go. We're just going to put you over there. That looks good. And then one more biggie. Remember, this is the one that had that little imperfection from fusing, but it'll be fine. I don't know why my clarifier is over there. Put it over here where I can get to it. There we go. A little finger in there. I mean, we are going to be grinding these, but tidy edges will make a difference. There we go. Now I'm going to go put these 3 big ones under the lamp so they can dry. It's just to kind of keep the process going. But we're going to do all these earrings next. Earrings galore. I'm going to back this up because I don't want to trip over the trivet and there's really nothing to see. There we go. Except for me. Put you under the lamp. One more. There we go. There. Oh, what is that? That's fine. That away. Now we have some earrings to do. These will go a lot faster. Let me get a pokey tool. There we go. Just in case we don't want to fill in those wires. I'm just going to make a pile. Obviously, I know where they're going to go. We'll start with these. This one, I know the back looks terrible, but once we get the enamel on there, it will be fine. And there's like a little hook to hold that. Remember, it's going to be, we've got these sweet little drops that will hang down just like that. So that is the plan. Oh, I spilled. That's why I didn't have it over there like that. One of these. Put you over there. Let's see if I have enough left, or do I need to make more? I'm doing better about spilling. When I first started streaming, I was spilling things left and right because the lights and the cameras were just all in my way. But, was this the dry one? No. Gotta get a fresh one. Well, we don't need it anyway. That's fine. So, I think that's enough to get us through. Let's just cover this one up. Oh, I do need a tiny clean brush just to clean this little guy off. And also, where is that hole? There we are. That's good. That one hasn't been filed on the sides, so here's the other one of those. Good. Clean off this little guy. What's our whole situation like? Oh, not bad. There we go. You hang out just over there. We'll do these. These little dewdrop earrings. My mom loves these little earrings. They're very lightweight. I think she has many pairs. There we go. That's good. Is it? Probably. I'm trying to think about what's happening tomorrow versus what's happening Friday on the live stream. I think on Friday it's going to be this. The Friday the focus is going to be on the bracelet. So this bracelet. Well, 'cause I don't think I'm emotionally prepared to start this little guy today, especially since I don't have the gold foil yet. That should be coming on Thursday. So Friday's probably going to be, if you're interested in how this turns into an enameled bracelet, join us on Friday. It won't be finished on Friday, but it'll be the star of the show on Friday. That is definitely not a side, a bit player there. So let's just, and just go right in there. Oh, I dipped my dry brush into the clear fire. And now I have 2 wet brushes and no dry brush. It's fine. There's that. We'll put you right there. There we go. Zoom up just a little bit. There we go. Just 4 more. 4 more. This is a good amount. So it's basically 10, 13 pieces at one time. Not necessarily 13, because the earrings are double, but that. There. Good. One more. Now we are ready to fire these. I bet the big ones are dry. We're going to put these under the lamp, and we'll go ahead and move over to the kiln cam. Kiln cam. Well, it's labeled the torch cam, but it's the kiln cam today. So we're going to move these over to the light and go put those other ones in the kiln, which, if you are just joining us, is set for 1430 Fahrenheit, 776 Celsius. Let's put those right there. And pull my pants down. Got that. How many do I want to do at one time? Do you think we can fit all 3 of these on this trivet? Let's get a little closer. And, well, closer but not in my way is kind of the thing. Probably could get this out of the way. Now, will it? Oh yes, I can get 3, these large 3 things. We're gonna go on a single. There we go. Hopefully they won't tip over. Learn things the hard way. There we go. I'm going to put on my glove, get my thing. Make sure everything feels, you know, sturdy before we do it. Put it in the kiln. There we go. That's probably going to take about, I don't know, a minute and a half. I'm going to pull it out when everything is melted, but not too melted. That's, I know, very technical. I don't want me to get too technical on you, but melted, but not too melted is the way. And these are getting dry, and there we go. All right, while that's happening, I'm going to stroll back and clean up the station in preparation for the next step. But I am not forgetting that there is something in the kiln. You don't want to get off on the wrong foot. Let us just, not quite. I can tell, I don't even need to look in. I haven't looked in yet. I don't feel the need to look in. I'll let you know. Hold on, I bet I'm going to look in. Now I feel the need to look in. Nah, almost. Almost. Probably don't need to even get back up to the full temperature because I want them to be slightly not overcooked. You would be surprised at how fast that happens. There we go. You know what? We're done. Didn't even come back up to temperature. That's just fine. And before anything, I'm going to try to yank these off because I want to use this nice hot trivet. Get them off. There we go. Oh. See, I'm fooling around. There we go. It's because this was in the way, you jerk. Go away. There we go. Now, while those are cooling, we're going to put these in. Let's see. I'm going to move this out of the way. I don't want to burn myself. You can hang out over there. That's fine. all these. 10 pieces at once. Will they fit? Let's take a moment. I've got too much going on over here. Let's put some of these away. Just to get them out of the way. We don't need this huge one right there. Let's just put you guys. You can go over there. Oh, I do want to try these new ones. I'm going to put these in for sure. These are all. Let's move that. This little one, honestly, put you back there. That is better. Oh, this one goes over there. Let me just, I'm gonna blow the area off. Should have wiped it off, but there we go. Getting close. And I'm gonna go ahead and move these. Spending a lot of time fussing, but you know, I'm gonna flip this over. There's a piece of old tape that I don't want to burn off. There we go. And we'll pull these off the trivets to cool down even further. There we go. And these are ready to come out. There we go. Fooled around just long enough. There we go. Now, I'm going to do something that's just kind of unrelated. I've got these two brand new, see right here. I just made these and they have never been in the kiln. I'm going to put them in because they've got like I peeled off the plastic, but they need to, there's a coating on here that just needs to burn off before I put a piece of enamel, and I want to use them. Look how brand new and spanking they are. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the kiln for like a minute or two just to get them going. Nothing is on them. That is fine. I don't want to forget. I mean, they could be in there for half an hour. It wouldn't make any difference. Let's see how these are. Are we cool? Ish. Yes. Those are definitely not cool yet. If these are that hot. So, I bet these might be cool. Yeah, good enough. Boom. 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 Hard to know until you have it in your hand if it's cool. There we go. All right, these are ready. We're going to take these over to the other area. We'll come back to the basic cam here. Workbench one. There we are. Here we are. You know, I'm not a tidy person. That's the thing. But I can't think, I don't like to, I think it's more of an emotional thing. My mind is reflective of the environment. So, yeah, I'm going to give it, yeah, it's turning nice and black. Very nice. Everything is burning off. There we go. That is ready to go. We'll use that in the next one. I'll season the other one. Are these good? Oh, no. We'll let those cool. That's fine. Now, what is next? We have to put, now we have to pause. Wait, there's nothing in the kiln, right? No, nothing's in the kiln. We have to do a little pause because I've got the little circles with my initial, but I need to make some more curlicues for the backs of these pieces. So, and I'm just going to do them as we go. So I've got these little guys, and I've made a couple of them, but we're just going to make a few more. So there is, yes, a few more, a little bit more wire bending, but it's not much, I promise. We've already got, actually, oh, I like that, actually. I wonder, can we do that? Oh, yes, yes, hold on. I liked how that looks. I'm going to trim that. Is that right? Let's see. Yes. Where did I put my dipping sauce? I'm just going to put you. I think you know, when you see something you like, maybe down a little bit more. There we go. And I'm going to put, probably need a little, well, maybe I think this will be good. Let's zoom in a little bit. And a circle. I'm going to put the circle right here. That is good. Oh, where did you didn't. And maybe that. We have one more curlicue. Do we want, does it need a curlicue? Yeah, we'll put it right there. I think that's good. Now I'm going to, I still have to put my little S and M on there, but it's easier to do it. They tend to drift around, so I'm going to sift first, and then I'll place those last two little wires. And that's fine, we'll do it right here. That's good. Let me get another clean brush. That's good. Now I'm just going to get these two little guys and just put you right in there. Now I'm just going to move this. It's just going to let this dry. And the wires will be exposed. I mean, it looks like it's a little bit covered by the enamel. It's fine. Don't have to worry. So we're going to go put this under the heat lamp. And then we got to do more curlicues. There we go. That's good. Now are you guys cool? Yes. Now you are cool. And you know, the funny thing is, I'm like, my studio doesn't actually feel all that tight. You should see I've got stuff on the table over there that I wish I had cleaned up. Here, I'm going to show it to you. That's how, hold on, let me move this out of the way. See, hold on. Oh, we can't pivot over there. See this table? Look how messy that table is. Look at those boxes I haven't put away. Oh, right up here in the upper right hand, you can see the 20 colors that I'm going to do. It's very exciting. So not that tidy. I know it's pretty tidy. There we go. So what was next? Oh, curlicues. Yes. Curlicues. Yeah, that was clear fire. The question is, was that clear fire that I was dipping? That is the dipping sauce today is the chef's recommendation clear fire. So I got to make 1, 2, 3, 4 curlicues, and that is it, just 4. And I'm going to use, I got to go get my wires back. I need my 28 gauge extra thin wires, 4 back. I thought I made more. Didn't I just make some? Well, that's fine. We have enough. We have just enough to make 4 curlicues. I feel like that's all I do around here is make wire. I don't know who's using all this wire. Seriously. Alrighty, I'm going to move this out of the way because it's a bit messy. Don't want to contaminate what we're doing. So I'm just scooching that up. And we got our little wires. These are much, much thinner and smaller than the others. And I do need to get a curlicue maker. And maybe one of these will be good. And I'm just going to make 4 large swoopy curlicues. Start with a nice shape like that. Don't need much. In fact, I'm going to trim it. You know what? I'm going to make 4 of those shapes and then do 4 curlicues. I'm going to be really... Does anyone else need a curlicue? No one else needs a curlicue. So, trim that and that. That'll give me 1, 2. Let's put that right there. We'll save those little nibs. 1 more. Oops, we can. There's the curlicues. 1 more swoopy, and then 4 curlicues. That should be good. Oh, look, I spilled, it's like this cup of clear fire is a magnet for my hand. This is why I can't have nice things. I'm going to have to make more of it. I've completely spilled all of the clear fire now, officially, so... And just put that anywhere. Alrighty, so let's continue our odyssey. So we don't need this. We have 4 little swoops. Oh, hey! Orion. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I read people's names all the time and I never have to say them in real life. Yes. Well, welcome to the stream. If you feel like subscribing, you can hit that subscribe button, but it's totally optional. We are in the process of, doing a little bit of dribs and drabs, the process. So I have to make these 4 little curlicues for the backs of these guys. These guys right here. And I feel like I did a bait and switch on social media today. I really did promise that bracelet on social media. I'm not getting to it today. So I wonder if I can do will they believe me if I do another post about it on Friday? No, really, we're going to get to that. There we go. What are we doing? Hey, thank you for your subscribe. Can I see that I'm subscribed? No, I gotta figure it out. Now, as far as like the schedule goes, now that I am an affiliate on Twitch, I don't have to, I'm doing them on a case by case. It's not going to be every Wednesday, every Friday, just because my schedule's, especially going into the new year with teaching and some other obligations, I'm going to try to do it 2 days minimum per week, 3 days most weeks, 2 days minimum. So Generally two times during the middle of the week, and then probably Sunday. Although Sunday's the day that nobody seems to want to watch. So if any day kind of goes by the wayside, it'll be Sunday. We're going to do a little curly Q. Hold on. There we go. I want it to be a good one. Come on, buddy. There we go. That's. I'm probably fuss with that one a little bit. Nothing's in the kiln. That's my mantra. Nothing. Is there something in the kiln? No, nothing is in the kiln. There we go. That's a good one. Now we'll fuss with it a little bit. There we go. This is the last wire of the day. I promise. For you guys anyway. Might not be the last wire for me, you know. See, there we go. There, that actually came out really nice. All right, so I have 4 of these. I've got, where did I put my, we got these. Now we're ready to, I liked how that other one was. Although I had, let's see, I'm going to fuss with this. I know I said that was the last wire, but not when I don't like this wire. A little bit more oomph on this one. There we go, that's better. So I liked how these were kind of like that. Oh, you know, I want it to be more round. Just bend it a little bit like this. Yeah, bangle is on Friday. Sorry about the bangle. Be started on Friday. There we go. That's good. All right, so I liked that. I'm going to dip that. Oh, crap. I have to make, because I spilled the clarifier. I've got to make, well, maybe I have enough. I have just enough clarifier to make this happen. I think I like that. They're all different. And I'm going to grab one of these guys. Yeah, we'll put this one right like this. This is a little different. Put you right there. Don't hate it. It's fine. And let's put a little sweet thing. And do we want a curly Q? What is let me open that up a little bit. I don't know if I want a curly Q. Maybe. Oh, did you see me almost spill that again? There's not even anything left. Yeah, I don't think I want to put this curly Q. This curly Q is not speaking to me. I'm going to pull this over here and sift a little bit. Come on, back over here. Sift this on a little bit. Let's clean up the bail. And then put our little S. Oh, well, we'll put a different little S. And and a little M. Push you down. There we go. Now I'm going to go put this one under the lamp to dry, and then we just got to do a couple more just like that. We're getting closer. There's that. There we go. And then our last big piece, you know what, I'm just going to set you, might as well just set you right there. You got a curly Q. This is a nice one. Dip you, kind of like that. And then this one, I'm going to bend you just a little bit. See what we have here. Let's see. That's good. I don't hate that. I guess not hating something is maybe a low bar, but let's put this. I kind of like it. Oh, hold on. We could put you. What about if we put you? Oh, look at that. I put you right here. Everyone's a little different. Just that. And then a leaf. For sure. And we have a curly Q. Yeah, right there, a little curly Q. Right there. And one more leaf. I'm going to snag a leaf from another one. That's I already lost. We're not doing that one pair, so we can kind of stick you. Let's see. Give you a little sassy. That's good. That looks nice. So let's sift a little on there. Clean up the bail. And then put our little S right there. And our little M. What kind of lamp are you using for the drying? Oh, I would not. I never dry on top of the kiln. It's dirty. It's rickety. I just wouldn't. My kiln has a bunch of holes in it. Do you really want enamel falling down? Not that you need any excuse not to dry on your kiln. I just use. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll be illegal pretty soon. They're just one of those little tiny. I can't remember what they're called. They're really small and they're really potent. They get really hot. They have two little prongs, you know what I'm talking about. I think I have a spare one there, which I will show you. So it's not like LED, you know, like these lights right here, which don't make any heat. I know it was a problem when I was teaching in Portugal, but the last time I was teaching in Portugal before COVID, because all their lights in Europe are, I guess, LED lights, so they don't make any heat. So we had to find like a sunbeam. So, but you could get a mug warmer or a little griddle, something like that, if a lamp isn't going to work. But an old-timey, old-school, hot-ass lamp is what you need. There we go. I'm going to put this under the lamp, and then we still have to do those pairs of earrings, but they'll go really fast. There's nothing fancy about them. 130. Do I have? Oh, these. I even marked them good. Halogen, that's the word I was looking for. It's these crazy light bulbs. Halogen. 50 watt. You could probably cook an egg under them. There we go. Now we have earrings. Earrings. Let me take one little moment and double check that I didn't miss anybody. That is good. Just going to tidy this up real fast. Now we have how many earrings? 5 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of earrings to do. But remember, only one earring per group gets a little logo on the back. But the other one still needs to get a little sifting. So easy peasy. We'll do these first. Let's just dip trim. I don't like, that's fine. A little curly Q. That's good. Move you out of the way. A little sifting. And then I'll put these little guys. Stuck. Where did I? Oh, let me get these. For drawing. That can go there. These little guys, I'm thinking, we'll see. These are very small. Maybe they don't need the full, well, we'll see. That. Maybe just a curly Q. No, we'll do it. We'll do it. Oh. Don't want to get it too close to the edge. That's good. Set yourself over there. Will you do more workshops in Europe? Yes. Well, I'm doing a workshop in May in Porto, Portugal. That is, unfortunately, I believe it's full up. But if you, Magda Sa is, I think it's workshops in Italy. Italy, Portugal, workshops in Portugal. I've got Italy on my brain. I would so love to do a workshop in Italy. Somebody needs to invite me to Italy to do a workshop. I pretty much do it. You get me over there, I probably would even do it for free. But that's it for right now. COVID kind of put a kibosh on my international teaching plans. It's a lot. There's just a lot of, stuff to deal with teaching internationally. But I'm up for it. You invite me over. You figure out where I'm teaching, what I'm teaching. Would be really fun. Let me get a tiny little guy for this. There we go. think that's good. Oh, there's that S. I thought it went farther. It flung away, but it flung like an inch and landed on its side, and here it is. Perfect. There's 2. All right, one more of these. Let's just get this one done. This one looks good. This little guy. There we go. It's kind of a big one, but stick right there. Let's get you. I love making these little dewdrop earrings. They're so simple, but I like that they're just, I think that's what I like about them. Not because they're easy, but because they're just, you know, they're not, I can kind of play with different colors. Try out new color combos and see if I like them. There we go. One more, and it's this little guy. Remember, this is the top, that is the bottom. So, that one's kind of big. Let's get the smallest. There we go. I bet I'm just going to do, there's too much going on with this one. I'm just going to do the circle. It's just too small. Yeah, double checking. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is the top. This is the top. This is the top. There we go. And get pressed in with my finger. That's good. There we go. Okay, we're done with those. All right, so we have our 5 little signatures on the back. Now these just need a quick coat of, oh, I see they're nice and dirty, good. Just a quick dusting because they need to have another coat. There we go. Oh, it's 1:30. I can't believe how fast. Like, I swear to God, I just, you know, I do actually like, that's another reason I like streaming. It's, the time just goes so fast. I don't have as much time to ruminate. I mean, I ruminate, but embarrassingly in front of other people. So there's that. One more. And so tomorrow, what I'm going to do with you guys not around, I'm going to do it on my own. I am going to continue with these. I'm going to get, I promise I am not starting the cuff bracelet. The cuff bracelet is just going to chill out until Friday. We'll do the cuff bracelet together every step of the way, I promise. But tomorrow I'm going to continue with these. I'd really like to be able to get the wires completely glued and fired. So Friday we'll start with the cuff bracelet and we can hit the ground running with colors with the other things as well. So that is my plan, which means I got a lot to do tomorrow. Luckily, it's going to be cold again tomorrow, so I won't be tempted to go for an extra long walk. Two more, and then we can fire those other ones and call it a day. We got to see, this one has an imperfection. That was, I had like, it almost burnt a hole when I was fusing. So I need to make sure I get a little extra enamel to cover that little imperfection. That little tiny. No one will know except all of us. That is a little tiny secret. That's all right. Little tiny baby earrings. Alrighty, last one of these. And then we can fire the other ones. Oops, let me. There we go. Now, we're going to put these and these under the lamp to dry, and we'll switch over to the kiln and put those in. There we go. I'm just going to put them in the kiln and then I'll switch over. I know. 1. 2. Let's see. 3. We will just switch over to the kiln cam. Yeah, it's very exciting. We're going to let those do its thing, and then we will put the others in. And yeah, I think that's probably good for today. A goodly amount of stuff. But yeah, things are about to get real on Friday with that bracelet. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to write out a plan. I actually write out a list. Even though I do things over and over and over again, sometimes it's nice to just make a list, know where you are in the process, especially with something like I've only made, I think this will be the 5th bracelet. The first 2, maybe I'll show you the failed bracelets. The 2, I've got 2 good bracelets and 2 failed bracelets. And so this will be hopefully a good bracelet. So then I'll have 3 good ones. The first 2, no, they weren't failed. I learned a lot making those other bracelets. So we're at 13:31. We're just chilling out, waiting for those things to get out of the kiln. Let's go have a look. Let us go have a look. 1391. Let us look. Yep, I bet they are ready. Let's pull them out. They look good. And you know what? I'm going to use this one that I seasoned. See how it works. There we go. Put that. Let's make sure it feels good. That's good. There we go. We're going to pull those off, see if they can, they're probably stuck now. Yep. There we go. And that, put you over there. Yeah, not much to see in the kiln. Ooh, Asvit, AAASVT is now following. Thank you for your follow, Asvit. All right, this one should go as fast as the others. You can't rush. Come on, buddy. Boop, 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 boop. Almost. You don't want to sit there and stare in. That is good. Nice and done for now. Let's come back over to the workbench 1 is what it's called. I'm going to take one moment and tidy this up, and we will have our little recap. Take that, get that right in there. There's that. I bet those other things are cool enough. Hopefully they won't burn my little fingers. Where did I put? Literally, where did I put my... Oh, well. Oh, here they are. Now, are they cool? Oh, good. Well, then, actually, it's a good time to stop because the guy's about to grind some coffee next door. There we go. All right, I'm just going to go put these over here. There we go. They're still probably hot. I'm not going to touch them. Here we go. So, still a little, well, that's fine. So let me tell you, we're pretty much wrapping it up for the day. The stream is just about over, but my day is not necessarily over. Here's what I'm going to do next, off camera. I'm going to trim these. See this nail? Ooh, these are a little hot. Ooh, I'm going to put them down. I'm just going to leave them right here. I'm going to wet pack 2 more coats of black enamel on the back of these things. Wait, nothing's in the kiln. That thing in the kiln. Nothing's in the kiln. And then I'm going to flip them over, and I'm going to put 1 coat of clear enamel on the base of everything. Then I'm going to do some silver foils and more enamel, and then glue those wires. Not all today and tomorrow for sure. We'll see if I get all that done. Whatever I don't get done, well, to be honest, whatever happens with these pieces here is irrelevant, because on Friday it's going to be bracelet central o'clock, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will get started. There's a lot to do for this bracelet, so we're going to get started on that on Friday, I promise. So let me just zoom over to the selfie cam and just thank you all for joining me today. If you are interested in supporting me, let me turn on my Vimeo link. Oh wait, it is on. Has that been on the whole time? Well, whatever. There's my Vimeo link here, and you should check it out. And that is the number one way that you can support me, is by subscribing to my Vimeo channel, or you buy some of this jewelry that you see. It's also for sale. You can buy it, but a little bit more expensive. So easy peasy thing is to go to Vimeo and support me there, or subscribe here. It's all good. You don't have to do everything. It doesn't have to be everything. You know, pick one way to support me is great, or not. You know, it's all good. We're all friends. So thank you guys, and Margaret, good night. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go get myself a coffee. So take care, everybody. Ciao. And turn